With your camera placement configured, you can now configure your detection. First, select the detection application from the application navigation on the left-hand side. Search for and select the intersection in the search panel. This will load a configuration page for your intersection. To create a new configuration, click Create New and then Create New Configuration. Note that you will have to have completed the camera configuration to get to detector configuration. Select Configure under the Detection Configuration option. To create a new approach, select this approach. First, fine-tune the approach view so that all planned detection zones are fully visible and as large as possible by clicking and dragging to rotate the view and scroll or moving the slider to zoom. Also, if possible, arrange the image so the approach is vertical on the screen. Label your approach and direction and hit Next. Select Add Detector and then from the drop-down menu choose Crosswalk. Then, click and drag the handles to align the edges of the crosswalk zone with the area where your pedestrians will be traveling. If you want to zoom in on a crosswalk, drag the slider. If you want to pan or rotate the 360 view, click and drag. To configure a vehicle detection zone, click Add Detector again and select Vehicle Detector. You can click and drag the zone and use the handle to rotate. Then use the individual circles to ensure the zone aligns with your lane boundaries. If the lane boundaries are not visible, outline where the vehicles travel. You might need to watch some video to confirm your selection. Also ensure that none of your detector zones are overlapping. Continue this until you have inserted all of the detection zones in this approach. If you need to delete a zone, click on the zone and press the Delete key. Now that all of your zones are created, it's time to configure them. For your pedestrian zones, click on the editing icon and then in the right pane, select if you want to use the detection zone for counting or detection. Then name the crosswalk and choose the intersection side of the crosswalk. You can then click Done. The status of this zone will now say Configured. For each of your vehicle detection zones, first click on the editing icon and name the zone. Next, select the movements that lane serves, your vehicle classifications, the detector output, and the channel. Then click Done. Once you have configured all the zones, click Done. Then repeat these steps for each of the remaining approaches. If you are ready to deploy the configuration, click the Deploy button. If Deploy is not available, hover over the button to see what configuration is missing. You can also choose to wait to deploy by clicking on the Save Draft option. Please note that only one draft is saved, so if a new draft is started, yours will be discarded.